Hey everybody, Jack. I do volunteer work for Guitars for Vets. I wanted to go over a Dire Straits tune, Walk of Life. It's actually pretty complicated. It's simple but complicated. If you can understand that, I don't know what that means, but anyway, it uses a lot of repetitive phrases. It's silly to argue about whether he plays it one way or another, because if you watch the live stuff and you try to compare it to the stuff that was done in the studio, there's stuff that's the same, stuff that's different, and it's silly because each is an individual recording, and people tend to play things differently. They feel different. They get an idea that, well, maybe I should do this over here. So anyway, I'm going to do my best. What I have down here is a compilation of what I've gotten off the studio recording and some live venues. So it's a compilation of stuff. Well, by the way, I forgot to mention that this song is really upbeat. I figured out it's probably between, I'd say 176, maybe 178 beats per minute. So this is a very slowed down version, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. It's really cooking, It takes a lot of stamina. So anyway, there are some basic structures that he uses through almost the entire song. So you have this one, which is you pluck the low E as a whole note, and then it goes 2 plucks on the 4th fret, 2 plucks on the 2nd fret, and then 1 pluck each on the 4th fret and the 2nd fret. So you have this little boogie feeling going on that's kind of like. Okay, so again, it's an open E string for a quarter note, and then 2 plucks on the 4th fret of the A string, and then 2 plucks on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then a little. So it's. Okay, now this is, by the way, all part of the introduction. It comes in right after the keyboard does his thing. We do the exact same line, but we're going to do it starting on the A string. I shouldn't say the exact because it's the same format, but he starts off with 2 plucks on the open A string. Okay, and then goes to the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd fret of the D string, 2 plucks each. And then, so it's 2 plucks, 2 plucks, 2 plucks. Okay, then he does an interesting thing. It's a combination of, let's call it a B chord, a little riff on a B chord in an A major shape. But it's on the 2nd fret, so you're depending upon how you play it. I play it with my ring finger on the 4th fret, and I cover 3 strings, and then I put my pointer finger down. So he goes open A to the 2nd fret on the A string, and then a partial B chord. So again, and now to continue it further. So again. Okay, so to continue on from there, it goes. Again, it goes. 2nd fret of the low E string, 2 plucks, 3rd fret, 2 plucks, 4th fret, 2 plucks, and then we do the line that you've already learned on A. And then there's a downward motion on B, where he goes 2 plucks each of these notes. So point the finger on fret 2, A string, open A, 4th fret, low E string, and the 2nd fret, low E, and then quarter note, which brings you right into the same riff you started with. To the B riff. Going down. Right there starts the first verse. So the first verse and the 2nd verse and the 3rd verse are almost all identical. So the E riff is repeated 8 times on each of these verses. So I'm just going to play it twice. To the A riff. Okay, the E riff. Back to the E riff. A riff. E chord. 2, 3, 4. And then he plays this. So it's a stretch up on the 14th fret of the G string to your forefinger on the 12th fret of the high E string, and then this little lick. 12th fret, forefinger, 14th fret, ring finger, 12th fret, again pointer, and I like to go middle finger on the 14th fret. So that lick again. Now, this is a little bit different because it's semi-chord related. So what I hear him doing is playing 4 plucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where I'm plucking the D string, the G string, and the B string in an E shape. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then okay, so it's the lower 3 of these 4 strings, then the upper 3 of these strings playing a quarter note, and then the lower 3 again. Alright, now it goes to B, and you have a similar effect on the B chord. You're going to go. So I'm playing the B chord, I'm playing the A string, the D string, and the G string 4 times. And then I'm playing the D string, the G string, and the B string once. And then back down to the lower one once. And then, voila, we go back to the E riff. Okay, so the E riff, A riff, and there's an interesting one on the B. It's a little different than what we've had before. It goes like this. So it's 2 plucks on the B, on the low A second fret, forefinger. Yeah, forefinger. And then I lean my finger down onto the second fret of the D string. So, and then open D string, 2 plucks, and then second fret of the D string, open A. So slowly it goes. One more time. Okay, now we do 8 plucks of just the B note on the second fret of the A string. Now to open A, 4 plucks. And then he does this little thing where he goes from the second fret to the open A, second fret. So again, second fret on the low E string, open A, second fret on the low E string. And it sounds like this. So when you combine it with the 4 plucks that come at the beginning of the measure, it goes. Okay, and then we have the B walk down. 2 plucks on the A string with second fret, 2 plucks of the open A, 2 plucks of the 4th fret of the low E, 2 plucks on the second fret of the low E. To the A riff. Now to the B riff. A riff. And the B walk down. And then that goes back to the first verse. And you play this whole thing through again. And when you get to that point where you have that walk down, it is like an interlude. So it goes E riff, B riff, new verse. So this is the third verse, and it's played exactly the same as what you already learned. E riff. That's repeated 8 times. I'm only doing it twice. Now to the A riff. Back to the E riff 2 times. A riff. Four beats of an E chord. Now the riff. That occurs over 4 beats. That's a complete measure. And then we go to that chordal ditty on E, where you play the lower 3 strings first, 4 times, and then the upper 3, lower 3. And then do the same thing on B. And then back to the E riff. A riff. And then that little special B riff. 2 plucks on the 2nd fret of the A string. Roll your finger to the 2nd fret of the D string. Back to the B note. 2nd fret of the A string. So it's 2 plucks of the D string. And then again, pluck the 2nd fret of the D string. Open A. So that riff is. And then it goes to 8 plucks of the B note to 4 plucks of an open A string, and then that little riff from the 2nd fret to the open A, 2nd fret. So low E, 2nd fret. Again. If you want to, you can go from the 2nd fret of the low E string to the 5th fret of the low E string and do it like this. Or the way I just did it, from the 2nd fret of the low E string to the open A. Okay, and then it's going to do the walk down. Back to the E riff. A riff. D. Walk down. E riff. B riff. Now that repeats numerous times. Okay, we're at the last time you're going to do a round of E, A, B riffs. And we're going to go. And it does that again till fade out. So I hope that you get that. Kind of complicated. Definitely not for beginners, but do your best. Thanks. Good luck with it.